Bookfighters! It's so good to be back. Did you miss me? I missed you. That's kind of creepy, but I really did. I missed you. I missed you a lot. It feels really good to be back. Like, even though I know this isn't exactly like a tangible place that you can come back to, it feels good. It's a nice feeling being able to talk to you again, even though I know you're not really there. It's just a camera, but you're there, you know, in theory. So yeah, it's a good feeling being back here. Do you like my new space? This is nice, right? I set this up specifically for this chair in front of a bookshelf so we can be here all the time. We don't have to move around like we did last year. So yeah, I did this for you. You're welcome. So right now, we're supposed to be talking about Moby-Dick, and I hate to be such a bummer after Dan's beautiful video yesterday, but I read Moby-Dick, and yeah, I didn't like it. I'm sorry, Dan. I really tried to make myself like it, and it wasn't doing it. I'm sorry. I feel really bad. Like, I wasn't expecting you to like it so much, and so your video yesterday, it made me feel really guilty for not liking it. Like, I'm going to personally offend you by not liking it because you liked it so much. So I'm sorry in advance. None of the characters particularly grabbed me and held my interest. None of the themes and motifs that I picked up on were anything special. They were stuff I'd heard before, and they weren't really done in a way that kept me interested. And I just couldn't bring myself to really care. Which is ironic because your whole video yesterday was about how Melville wanted us to care. I just really couldn't bring myself to care about this book, unfortunately. I mean, I can see where you're coming from with this Melville wanting you to care idea. And I definitely feel like I picked up on that, but it wasn't really what I was thinking about when I read it. A lot of what I thought about when I read it was all the stuff that I'd been pre-exposed to reading Moby-Dick. You know the basic plot, and a lot of times you know from that plot the kind of metaphor that it is. And one of the big metaphors that I've heard for Moby-Dick is that Moby-Dick, the whale itself, is the Christian god, and that Ahab's search for this whale and the whole tale is about like man's search for like meaning in God and God himself, and how ultimately that is futile and ends with your inevitable destruction. So that's all I could think about when I was reading it, and that kind of ruined it for me because I don't, that's not my thing. So that it just didn't hold my interest. But you made me think about the caring thing and how Melville like just really wants you to care. And I find that kind of funny because if anything, combining those two ideas, how Ahab is so persistently fixated on finding Moby-Dick, and if Moby-Dick does indeed represent God, his one-sided obsession with this whale and how it ultimately leads to his destruction and basically the destruction of everyone around him. If you let yourself be fixated on any one thing like that and you let it consume your life, it's incredibly unhealthy. Be that a whale, or be that a significant other, or be that God. These things should be like a part of your life divided amongst other things that you care about, and not necessarily the one thing that you focus on. I don't really think that that's what Melville wanted me to take away from the book, but that seems to be what I got from it. If I took any lessons away from a book that I did not particularly enjoy, it was that an unhealthy fixation on one thing is that unhealthy and is not good, particularly God or religion. That probably just alienated like everybody watching the video. Sorry. So I guess, Kalinda, I'll see you tomorrow. Fare thee well, Bookfighters. All that fucking to say again.